Welcome to the Secrets of College Planning. I'm your host, Anthony Uva, and today we're going to get some insight into cosmetics. My guest today is Jacquelyn Quattro. She is the founder of Jersey Shore Cosmetics, and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Anthony, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, so usually I start my guests where they went to college. So where'd you go to school?
I didn't go to college.
Okay, and where'd you end up going then?
I got married early in life and started a family early in life, so that's what I did with my young adult life. And I would consider myself highly educated because everything that interests me, I went to the library. Yeah, I'm dating myself. I went to the library and studied everything that interested me, from food science to, chemistry and science and that sort of thing.
Okay,
so I taught myself. I'm self-taught.
Self-taught. So did you? So you had a family?
Yes.
Multiple kids, one child?
Yes, I have 3 children and a grandson.
Ah, okay. So you had 3 kids. Are they all grown now?
Yes, except for the last one's a senior in high school.
Oh, okay. So now, how did you get into starting Jersey Shore Cosmetics then?
Okay. So my background is in cosmetics, high-end cosmetics, beauty, skincare, that sort of thing. In the early days, I was that counter manager that you saw in Neiman Marcus or Saks Fifth Avenue, and the scary counter girl that you want to rush through cosmetics and out the other end before they grab you and sell you something. Well, I did almost 30 years in the cosmetics and skincare, counter management, rep, a cosmetics rep, that sort of thing. And that was basically hands-on education, hands-on training to see what was in the cosmetics that I didn't like. There was a lot to be desired back then. They used to sell cosmetics based on, the brand name, like high-end brand names, designer names, and really flashy, beautiful packaging and colorful, vibrant cosmetics. And there was a lot wrong with that because there were dyes and petrochemicals and all sorts of, toxic elements in those cosmetics, and that's what I could see. I came from a very organic and natural background, growing up in the country in South Jersey in the Pinelands, so everything around us, my entire youth, was all natural and organic. I lived on a farm, we grow fruits and vegetables, that sort of thing. And when I went out into the world, so to speak, chasing that flash and sparkle, I realized something was wrong because of the way I was brought up. So I wanted to do something about it, and that's how I came to develop the Jersey Shore Cosmetics line, which is all natural, organic.
And when did you start it?
Actually, I started probably around 2009, but on the books like 2010, probably sooner than that because I did a couple of years of research, product development, that sort of thing, testing the market before I actually formed the company in 2010.
So now, how did you get the education to do all of this?
I taught myself, yes, I studied.
Just sitting in the library and reading about all kinds of cosmetic books?
That and in the field training, nearly 30 years of dealing with cosmetics and going to these cosmetics companies training in school. So I knew what was in there and what shouldn't be in there and what the natural ingredient that could mimic the chemical ingredient, which would be a little bit more expensive and probably have a lesser shelf life, but it was a better choice. So I taught myself by reading, going to the library, and I was brought up all natural and organic. So I knew what certain ingredients would do for the skin and for the body. So that was my natural upbringing. Like my mother would, she would slather us with extra virgin olive oil from head to toe. That was for the hair, scalp, skin, everything. Coconut oil was for, they call it oil pulling today, but coconut oil, you swoosh it around in your mouth, it saffinates and it cleanses your breath, your tongue, your teeth,
Really?
It makes your teeth glossy and everything else like that. So I was brought up with all natural organic skin care, hair care, that sort of thing, and just basic natural plant-derived ingredients my entire life. So I saw that missing from mainstream cosmetics, and then I started to formulate my own line and test the market with this and that. And so basically the training was my upbringing and then reading what I thought, what I didn't understand or what I thought could be better.
So now, who was your mentor to actually do the business? Was there like a vendor that you hooked up with? Was there someone that you talked to about this?
Yes. Okay. I did my own research and started to do my own product development and that sort of thing. But then once I started the company, I needed I felt like I needed some guidance. Like I knew what I wanted to make. I was very familiar with ingredients and formulations, but I didn't know too much about the business part of the business because I didn't go to college. And I could read so much of that. And more and more things were on the internet, so you could get a good education that way. You didn't literally have to walk yourself into the library like the old days. But I still felt like I needed some professional guidance. Now, I'm from a large family. I have many sisters and brothers, several which are doctors and have doctorate degrees and masters and so forth. I'm probably the only one in that big family who didn't go to college. I just went off rogue on a different direction. But yes, I could ask them things, but they have their own life. And so I reached out to an organization called SCORE in Bridgewater, and I went there, and they were wonderful with just mentorship and encouraging you to move forward and do what you're doing. I went to them and I showed them what I had, what I was doing in the early stages. And I thought they were, I was expecting them to say, what do you think you're doing? You don't have any, formal education, you're entering a market that's entirely saturated, what? But they didn't. They're like, this is great. You have a point of difference. You're making some really great formulations. Let's hold your hand through it and see what we can do to help you. And that was really impactful for me, and it encouraged me to move forward and go ahead.
So let's bring it into the college realm.
Yes.
So there are a lot of females out there that utilize cosmetics in college. Mm-hmm. Do they do things that are wrong compared to other people?
Well, quite honestly, I feel that today's youth are more educated than before. We're dealing with an educated consumer, so they're probably smart enough to read their labels. And and if they don't read their labels, I would encourage them to read their labels. If there's an ingredient in the ingredients deck that you don't understand, you have your smartphone right at your fingertips. Research the ingredient. Sometimes a technical name doesn't necessarily mean toxic or bad or a negative ingredient. It could be an herbal name for something. So in the old days, they used to say, well, if I can't read it, I don't want it in my ingredients. But that doesn't hold true today because there's so many products that have the herbal name of something, and you may not understand that, or you may not be familiar with that, but it could be good for you. So if you don't understand something, research it. Find out what that ingredient is, and don't just chase the sparkle, and the color. Find out what those colors are made of, if they're toxic dyes, if they come from animal byproducts, and that sort of thing. And make sure what you're putting on your skin is something that you want in your system, because it's going to go into your bloodstream and it's going to enter your system. So now,
are there things out there that people should use or not use? What's the kind of ingredients that are not good for you or good for you?
I would lean towards all natural, organic, and sometimes that's difficult to do because when you formulate something that's 100% natural organic, it has less of a shelf life. Okay, and therefore you have to put scientific ingredients in it to extend the shelf life. And not everything that's scientific is bad or toxic. Sometimes you can get a scientific ingredient that starts plant-derived, and by the time they spin it or process it, it's considered technically a synthetic. And that's not necessarily bad if they put just enough that's non-toxic to increase or improve the shelf life, but not enough to harm you. Okay, so I would just go with all natural, mostly natural, 80–90% natural. Scientific ingredients are not evil, and just research and read your ingredients deck.
Now, do you see men and women using different things? Like, do you have sunscreen? Do you have just cosmetics?
Yes. We started well, I say we because my children pitch in once in a while. But we started the company with sunscreen, with Jersey Shore Sun. Because I just felt that sunscreen was the worst offender when it comes to toxins in the bloodstream. There's so many harmful chemicals in mainstream sunscreens today. Even though a lot of them ingredients have been banned, they're still getting away with pushing it because everybody can't watch everybody all the time, so they can literally get away with it. this past summer, I saw so many mainstream brands with banned toxic ingredients in their sunscreen still, but who's going to tell on them? So you have to read your ingredients. You have to know which ingredients are toxic, and you can just Google that. You can go on our website. We have a blog with all of this information on it. So use a safe sunscreen. Use a mineral-based non-toxic sunscreen, and be careful, because just because they're a household name doesn't mean that they're safe or it can be trusted.
Now, men and women can use the different
Yes.
cosmetics that you have?
Yes, men and women could use everything across the board, because men more and more are using cosmetics and skincare. Men can use moisturizers, toners, cleansers, scrubs, that sort of thing. They need radiant, beautiful, glowing skin as well.
Sure.
You know, and we do have a men's line, the AMH men's line. It stands for Adult Male Human. If you look at it in Wikipedia, that's a definition. But the AMH line, it's literally, we're promoting it more and more these days, because men need that too. And it's not only like psychological packaging that says we're for men, but it actually has different ingredients. Say, for instance, our beard oil. It's for the face and beard, or face and hair. It has nourishing, deeply nourishing ingredients that are good for hair, or a coarser textured hair because of the beard. And maybe a tougher skin because of the constant shaving and so forth. So it's not like we're just taking one formula from Jersey Shore Cosmetics and putting it in a bottle for psychological packaging. We actually formulate the AMH products for men and for maybe, say, a tougher skin, for lack of a better definition.
Now, how about selling-wise? Are there certain products that sell more than other products?
Yes, our lip balms. Everybody loves lip balms, men and women, children. I'm glad you asked that, because that's our hero product. We've sold millions of them to date. And they're formulated all natural, organic, and cruelty-free. Of course, our entire company is cruelty-free. We don't test on animals, and we don't tolerate any of our formulators doing that sort of thing. Our lip balms are nourishing, moisturizing, and the great part about them, besides the fact that they feel really wonderful, is they nourish. Every ingredient has a purpose in our lip balms. And you can use them on your cuticles, your hands, dry patches on your cheeks, your nose, kid's nose, whatever. And if your dog or cat gets a hold of it and eats it, it's safer than butter.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Is there any other products that you work with that people like?
Yes, they like the cosmetics, the lipstick. We have liquid lipsticks. They like the highlighters. We have powder highlighters, powder bronzers. Our bronzers are a big seller because, you know, everybody in Jersey Shore wants to have, you know, a tan or some kind of a glow or radiance, you know. It gives you a healthy glow.
And that brings me to another question. How about, sure, how about different ethnicities?
Okay, with regard to, different ethnicities?
Yes.
No, so here's the thing. Any ethnicity can use anything, except maybe when it comes down to like colors, like foundation or concealer. You want that to match your skin tone. But with regard to skin type, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. What a tongue twister.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
You can use, any ethnicity can use a skincare, a facial oil, or a face and hair oil, or a lip balm. It doesn't matter, you know, your ethnicity with regard to that. Only as far as color tone, maybe you would want a foundation to match your color, a concealer to match your color. But with bronzers, like we carry bronzers, we have a light, medium, and then a dark. So any skin tone across the entire spectrum can use our bronzers. You put on a little more if you're a darker skin. If you want it to show up a little bit more, just layer just a little bit more, and a little less if you are a fair skin. So every one of our products can reach every ethnicity as far as everything we've made so far.
Now, how about ages? Does it matter what age you're at?
No, it's wonderful because most of our products are anti-aging. I'd like to say all of our products are anti-aging because they contain plant-based ingredients, plant extracts, minerals, vitamins, and that sort of thing. So even if you're not concerned with aging and just say you're a teenager, early 20s or 30s, it's still anti-aging. And if you're worried about that sort of thing when you're 50, 60 or whatever, that's great because it is already anti-aging, because anti-aging just means that the formulation has anti-aging ingredients that are nourishing and slow the appearance of aging. It softens the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It's nourishing for your skin, it's healthy. And so all of our products have those ingredients and are formulated in that manner.
So now, how about, you always see a lot of like celebrities coming out with different cosmetics and things of that sort. Yeah. What are they doing that you do? What's the differences that you see in those kind of things? Or is it just mass producing everything?
It seems like today, like anybody can just pop up and open a store of cosmetics or skincare or create a brand or whatever. I think it's very important, and I see it all the time, celebrities left and right, or somebody that they know, they're backing some random person who has no background or experience. It's nice to know the back history of a brand, where they came from, what is their background. Not everybody who makes cosmetics should probably be making cosmetics. Some people say, oh, I want a cosmetics line, and they don't know anything about cosmetics. They know about business perhaps, and that's fine, but you should know something about cosmetics and skincare formulation, what to put on your skin, what goes with what, because if you don't, you can make a lot of drastic mistakes. And if you don't, then the manufacturer company who's creating your products can give you anything, and if you're looking at the ingredient stack, you may say, yeah, that's okay, because you don't know better. Yeah. I literally have had that done to me in the early stages of my formulations when I was picking and choosing who's manufacturing my products. I would say vegan, and they would give me something that, like Carmine or something that's made with crushed insect wings to give a beautiful color, but we're cruelty-free and we won't accept that. So if another person is creating a cosmetics brand and they don't know anything about ingredients or veganism or anything like that, or natural or organic, that could slide past them very easily, So you have to know something. And as a consumer, why don't you research where your cosmetics are coming from, who's behind them, read your labels, that sort of thing. So I'm not mad at celebrities, creating a brand of cosmetics or whatever. It's fun, it's interesting. Sure. Everybody loves something new. I'm just saying, do your due diligence and put something really nice out there.
Yeah, now, you've had 30 years in business of doing makeup for people. Do you take all of that, and do some of those people that you did in the past, do they come to you now?
Oh, geez, that was a long time ago. Remember, I'm in my 60s, so that's like at least 30 or more years ago. No, I don't, and I don't know if they know who I am, or,
wow.
I moved away from home where I grew up and so forth, and maybe they see me in the media and recognize me and say, oh, I know her, but no one's ever reached out from my past except for my family, but no.
Now, where do people get it? Is there a website?
Yes.
Do you buy everything there, or can they find it somewhere in a regular retail store?
Yes. So some of our products are found in small brick and mortar stores, like health food stores, that sort of thing. A few in New Jersey, and mostly out west in Seattle, Washington State, the West Coast. Those are our biggest fans. Most of the stuff, or things, my mom always said, never say stuff. Most of our things, our products, I'm sorry, I'm being silly. Most of our products are sold on our e-commerce website, www.jerseyshorecosmetics.com. And we also have a kids line and a men's line at the same web address. So you could go there and buy, or you can ask your local merchant to carry our products, and if they reach out to us, we'll sell the products to them for wholesale cost, and then you can go into your local store and pick it up and not have to pay for shipping.
Now, do you do tutorials on YouTube or anything like that? Do you do anything like that?
No, we plan to do a YouTube tutorial, a segment once a month, but we got really, really busy and overwhelmed, so we haven't done that yet, but we plan to do it, and for now, we just have a blog on our website, which you can go on our blog and get updates on skincare, beauty rest, sleep, sunscreen safety, anything having to do with health and beauty and lifestyle. Just check us out on our blog.
And how about the business itself? Do you go to, let's say, universities or high schools or anything like that to educate the people?
That's another thing that's on our agenda that we hope to do, starting with Princeton University. I actually have some nieces and nephews in Princeton University. So yes, we plan to go there when we have the time. I'm mostly the biggest part of my business, so I work 24/7. I would really love to do that, to go and educate the masses, so to speak, on safe cosmetics and skincare and safe sunscreen. It's really important because what you put on your body goes in your body, and with all the health issues and all the really negative things out there today in the industry,
Sure.
It's important to educate, not necessarily to sell our product, but to educate you as to what to look for regardless of whose product you're buying. So yes, we plan to do that in the near future, hopefully.
Now, how about conferences? Are there conferences that you go to? Is there something where you're always constantly looking to improve your product?
Yes. Well, we have, I'm always doing recurrent training myself with online. So everything is at your fingertips today, and that works best for me. That's the best use of my time because I'm really busy running this company, plus 2 or 3 other brands. So yes, I'm constantly doing recurrent training. I'm getting updates on information, manufacturing practices, scientific ingredients, which I have added to some of our products lately. Doing my due diligence and making sure that they're plant-derived and they're non-toxic and that sort of things. This is the type of thing you have to educate yourself with constantly because the market is constantly changing. So yes, I am constantly educating and doing my recurrent training. And we have expos and seminars and stuff that people will recognize. You can see some of the highlights from those on our Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Wow.
So yeah, we're pretty active in the beauty space.
All the social media that's out there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. So do you look at students or adults coming to you for any type of work or internships or anything like that? Do you do anything like that?
Yes, I've had people in the past when I was first starting out come, and as far as legality, I wasn't allowed to have interns, and that would have been great if I could, but it was so early in my business, But now we have offices outside of the home, obviously, because we've grown so much. So now that we have offices outside the home, we could take on an internship or that sort of thing. In the early days when I was still doing a lot of stuff on the computers in my home office, I wasn't allowed to because technically it was in my home and there were rules against that.
Yeah. So all the products altogether, would you say you have 100 products out there? Or
more than 100 SKUs.
Wow.
And I know my kids are always telling me to scale back and focus on like a handful, but what I had started to do was I just started creating formulas that I would use myself. So if I wanted a face cream or a facial moisturizer or a hair conditioner or what have you, I would set forth and say, okay, this is one that I kind of like, but how can I do it better? How could I improve it? So that's why I have so many products. Some sell better than others, but I don't see any harm with having them up on the website,
Sure.
But yes, we have quite a few because I just want to make everything that I can get my fingers on better.
Now, are you doing any more new products that are coming out? Is there anything that you could tell us if they are coming out?
Well, okay, this isn't a Jersey Shore Cosmetics brand, but my kids have learned from me, watched me over the years, and they've kind of grabbed some of my formulas and expanded on and gone rogue on me with my blessing. So they have a Super Sativa Wellness line, which is hemp-based because hemp oil is extremely nourishing and very, 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 very nutritional. Very good for the skin and the body. So my daughter has a Super Sativa Wellness brand that she's expanding on. She took the initial formula from Jersey Shore Cosmetics, and we still have that Super Sativa Lip Balm that's hemp-based, hemp oil. It doesn't have CBD or THC in it, but the Super Sativa Wellness brand will have some CBD products because it is a Super Sativa Wellness brand. And my son has taken the AMH brand from Jersey Shore Cosmetics and expanded on that, and now it's AMH, Adult Male Human, and he's running that brand, and they've formed their own company called Princeton Balm Company, and they have 3 brands, and they're out of San Francisco, California now. They want to get as far away from me as possible. They want to do their own thing. So it's like, with my blessing, they can do that. So it's Super Sativa Wellness, AMH, Adult Male Human, and together the two of them have a balm company called San Francisco Balm Company, where they make cocktail-inspired lip balms. And they're adorable. They're really cute, and they're all natural and vegan. So I'm proud of them, and they're going to take off with that.
Great.
But I'm sure they want me to say, it's not Jersey Shore Cosmetics, it's not a Jersey Shore Cosmetics brand, but they came from Jersey Shore Cosmetics, so they have a back history of knowing the good stuff. You know, they know what to put in a formula, and then they have me consulting them if they want me to.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming to the end of our show, and usually I ask my guests, what advice do you want to give to the men and women out there that are listening and watching? What advice do you want to give them? I
want to say, just stay well, be true to yourself, drink plenty of water, stay hydrated. That's like the best health. Honestly, that's like the best health advice I could give you. You know, topical treatments, beauty, cosmetics, that's all topical. You can take it or leave it. Stay hydrated, stay healthy, eat plant-based diet, you know. Just, you know, keep a healthy state of body, mind, and spirit, you know.
Great.
That's what I would say.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the show.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
So you've been watching The Secrets of College Planning. I'm your host, Anthony Uva. Until next time.